Hello everyone, welcome to my Medication Academy channel. In this video, I will be sharing another FDA new drug approval updates. In late July 2025, the US FDA approved two novel chemical entity drugs. One is an oral small molecule agent for the treatment for hyperphenylalaninemia. The other is a small molecule topical eye drop for the treatment for presbyopia. Now, let's dive into each medication in more detail. Sepiapterin, brand name Sephience. This medication was approved by the US FDA on July 28, 2025, and indicated for the treatment for hyperphenylalaninemia HPA in adults and pediatric patients aged 1 month and older with sepiapterin-responsive phenylketonuria (PKU). This medication is a small molecule with 7,8-dihydropteridine 3 known motif. So that's the bicyclic heterocyclic motif, dihydropteridine. With regard to dosage forms, this medication is available as oral powder, 250 mg and 1,000 mg. Recommended dosage, starting dosage for age less than 6 months old, 7.5 mg per kilogram. For age more than 6 months to less than 1 year, 15 mg per kilogram. For age over 1 year to less than 2 years, 30 mg per kilogram. For age 2 years and older, 60 mg per kilogram, taken orally once daily with food. Again, this is a small molecule agent, molecular weight 237.2 gram per mole. Hydrogen bond acceptor 8. Hydrogen bond acceptor refer to the number of oxygen and nitrogens within the drug molecule. Hydrogen bond donor 5. Hydrogen bond donor refer to the number of hydroxy and NH groups within the drug molecule. Log P minus 3.93. Polar surface area 129 square angstrom. Mechanistically, this agent works as a phenylalanine hydroxylase PAH activator. Basically, for this indication, treatment for hyperphenylalaninemia HPA. So that's the elevated level of phenylalanine amino acid in the blood. So therefore, this medication works by this pH activator, and so therefore this would lower the level for phenylalanine, the amino acid in the blood. So therefore, they can be converted to tyrosine by this phenylalanine hydroxylase. In addition, so this medication needed to be given in conjunction with the phenylalanine restricted diet. Pharmacokinetically, Tmax, that's the time to reach maximum plasma concentration, it's 1 to 3 hours. 4 hours for the active metabolites, BH4, that's the tetrahydrobiopterin. Protein binding, about 15.4% for the parent drug molecule, sepiapterin. For BH4, the active metabolites, about 24 to 41%. Half-life, about 5 hours for the active metabolites, BH4. Volume of distribution, so you can see that's for the BH4 active metabolites, it's very large, 11,433 liters. Metabolism, and this agent's sepiapterin, so that's the precursor, so sepiapterin will be converted to BH4 molecules by two sequential reduction steps. So the first reduction by SR, so that's the sepiapterin reductase or the carbonyl reductase, basically converting this carbonyl to the secondary alcohol will be reduced by this SR enzyme. So this would be converted to BH2. BH2, that's the dihydrobiopterin. And this would be further reduced by the DHFR, so that's the dihydrofolate reductase. This would be converted to the active metabolites, that's the BH4, that's the tetrahydrobiopterin. So that's the cofactor for this phenylalanine to, for example, phenylalanine to tyrosine. That's the cofactor for this hydroxylase, this step. From metabolic aspect, this sepiapterin will be converted to the BH4, the active metabolites, by two sequential steps. One is sepiapterin reductase, that's also carbonyl reductase, convert to BH2 metabolites. BH2 will be reduced again to BH4, so that's the tetrahydrobiopterin active metabolites. Excretion in the urine 6.7%, in the feces 26%. Drug interactions, as mentioned, this sepiapterin needed to be converted to the active metabolites by two sequential reductase enzymes. So therefore, you can see this DHFR inhibitors and HR inhibitors. That's the first DHFR, that's the dihydrofolate reductase inhibitors. For example, trimethoprim and methotrexate, DHFR inhibitors. So the SR inhibitors, that's the sepiapterin reductase inhibitors. So for example, the sulfasalazine, this molecule, and also the sulfamethoxazole. Avoid concomitant use. If unavoidable, so make sure monitor the phenylalanine blood levels accordingly. Interaction with the levodopa, and basically this agents, how this agent works, and this agents will be convert the phenylalanine to tyrosine, right, by this phenylalanine hydroxylase along with the cofactor BH4. So the tyrosine, that's the precursor for levodopa. So therefore, with the increased level of tyrosine, so this can potentially increase the level of levodopa. This can increase the risk for seizure, for example. So therefore, monitor patients for a change in neurological status. In addition, the drugs affecting nitric oxide mediated visual relaxation, for example, the phosphodiesterase 5 inhibitors, that's the PD5 inhibitors for the treatment for erectile dysfunction, and there is a potential for visual relaxation due to the additive effects for hypotension. The blood pressure can get too low, so therefore monitor blood pressure accordingly. Currently, there are no contraindications listed on the prescribing information. Adverse effects greater than or equal to 2%, diarrhea, headache, abdominal pain, hyperphenylalaninemia. Because if the level drops too low for phenylalanine in the blood, so this can lead to hyperphenylalaninemia. Feces discoloration or oropharyngeal pain. Aceclidine, brand name Vizz. This medication was approved by the US FDA on July 31st, 2025, and indicated for the treatment for presbyopia in adults. Chemically, this is a topical small molecule with quinolidine, that's the highlight in blue, with the tertiary imine motif and ester motif which is highlighted in red. Molecular weight for this medication is 169.2. That's for the free drug form. Because this is a tertiary amine, this medication is a basic agent with a tertiary amine functionality. So this medication is available as a salt form, hydrochloride salt form. But the molecular weight here, that's for the free base form. 169.2 gram per mole. Hydrogen bond acceptor 3, hydrogen bond donor 0, log P 0.43, polar surface area 30 square angstrom. Mechanistically, this medication works as a cholinergic muscarinic agonist, stimulating muscarinic receptors on smooth muscles, interacting with the iris with minimal ciliary muscle stimulation. So basically this is a pupil selective miotic agent. So you can see has a minimal impact on ciliary muscle stimulation. So this would cause the iris sphincter muscle contraction, resulting in pinhole effects that extend the depth of focus to improve vision. So in addition, this is a small molecule topical agents, the eye drop, and so it's the dosage form is available as 1.44% for topical or formic solution. Pharmacokinetically, given its topical ocular dosing, the drug exposure in plasma is minimal. The onset for this medication is about 30 minutes, lasting for about 10 hours. Metabolism, ester hydrolysis, because there is an ester motif in the middle, this ester will be hydrolyzed to convert to the metabolites, the secondary alcohol metabolites. Drug-drug interactions. So given this is a topical eye drop, therefore no clinically significant drug interactions are expected. Currently, there are no contraindications listed on the prescribing information of Vizz. Adverse effects, instillation site irritation, about 20% for patient population from the clinical trials. Dim vision, about 16%. Headache, about 13% patient population. Another benefits for this medication, because this is a topical eye drop, but it doesn't contain any preservatives, so therefore it's a preservative-free eye drop. So make it more patient compliant. These are the two major references which I have used to prepare for this video. The US FDA novel new drug approvals for 2025 is a very valuable resource. In addition, most of the medical information which are shared today are based on the prescribing information of Sephience and Vizz, and all these prescribing information documents are available on the US FDA drug website along with the manufacturer website as well. Finally, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing for future medication video updates. As always, keep learning and elevating. Thank you so much.